The Nairobi Summit is a follow-up to the talks by African leaders in Malabo in May this year on joint actions against terrorism and violent extremism in Africa. President Jonathan will read the message of the AU chairperson Mohamed Abdulaziz, emphasizing the need for enhanced cooperation and collaboration among member states and between the continent and the rest of the world, as he also called for effective implementation of available frameworks, including legal and political as well as normative instruments, to decisively deal with the threat of terrorism and violent crimes unleashed by extremists on the continent.
While both member states and the Commission deserves to be commended for their commitment and efforts, nonetheless, much remains to be done. The atrocities that continue to be committed by the terrorist groups active in the Sahelo-Saharan region, Boko Haram, the Lower Resistance Army, Al-Shabaab, and other terrorist groups bear testimony to the long road ahead of us.
And even as we seek assistance and help from others outside our continent, we ourselves must be able to put the resources required in play to be able to deal with this threat that threatens our economic and social development on our continent.
The chairperson AU Peace and Security Council and President of Chad, Idris Deby, in his opening remarks, made a demand for quick actions as the threat to humanity becomes more fierce, particularly in North Africa, the Sahel region, Central and East Africa, and Nigeria in the West African region, which the AU Commission also corroborated.
Of the Commission's determination to continue supporting member states in more effectively addressing the threat of terrorism and violent extremism on the continent.
The summit, which later went into a closed-door session, adopted the report of the chairperson of the Council on Terrorism and Violent Extremism, which gave an overview of efforts of the AU in ridding the continent of terrorism, and the report of the Committee of Intelligence and Security Services on Africa, CISA, which met last week in Nairobi.
Look at the regulation of and internet utilization policies to disabuse the usage of internet and the social media in spreading propaganda and radicalizing youth without infringing on individuals' rights to privacy and access to information.
In Nairobi, Kenya, Segun Lawole, NTA News.